Hello? This is gonna be tough to report on. My nerves are shot. This is one of those games where you just start to shake. Man, that was just the craziest. D4. I'm not white. Knight F6. Bishop G5. E6. Oh yeah, look, it starts immediately. Move 2. He's attacking my knight, threatening to double my pawns. So I go E6, so my queen can capture if required. He goes E4. I go Bishop E7. Oh man, my brain. I'm just gonna say them and I'm just gonna keep going. E4, and then I went Bishop E7. Don't ask me why. I can't think. Bishop takes F6. Bishop takes F6. What's happening? I can't see. My brain is broken. Knight F3. B6. Bishop D3. Knight C6. E5. Bishop G5. Castles. Oh, you see my Bishop G5? I remember him having the castle because if he had taken with the knight, I could take back with the queen and it would be threatening a pawn, and my knight on C6, it would be threatening that center pawn, D4, I suppose. So he castles, and I go H5. I got a hunger for heavy tactics because of the game I played prior. Just a wild, crazy attacking game. So I say, hey, what the heck? H5. He's castled. No threats for me. Let's just go for it. H5. So he goes knight B to D7. And I go bishop H6. I no longer want him to be captured. Knight E4. D5. You can't stay there. He goes knight D2. I go G5. Look at these pawns march. He goes C3. I go G4. Continue to march. Knight E1. Had to get away. Don't want him to get eaten. Queen G5. Look at this pressure. Do you see it? Now I've got a battery looking at this knight. And he has to go knight B3. And I go knight E7. I realize that knight is going to be more valuable on the other side. So I do a bit of a sideways move to get him started on the right side of the game, where all the attacks are happening. He goes F4. I go G takes F3. Oh, en passant. I accepted en passant. Isn't that fun? And he thought for a long time, and he goes rook takes F3. And I go H4 to prevent the rook from looking down on my queen. Preventing his rook from going to G3. So he goes rook H3 instead. And I go knight f5, getting him into play. And he doesn't accept it because, you know, he doesn't want for my light squared bishop to enter the fray. Very understandable. Knight. He went rook h3. I went knight f5. And he goes knight f3, attacking my queen. You know, I'm saying all this fast, but many minutes and hours are going by as I speak. He recorded the times on his sheet, and I only did it that one time, but I should have done it again because it's nice to see, you know, when you spend half an hour on a move. I went queen e3 check. Because that check was too delicious. My plan, there's a plan there somewhere, and you know it in your heart, right? And you look and you look and you can't find it, but also it doesn't seem super bad for you either. You just keep applying the pressure. So queen e3 check, king h1. Oh, you know, and I had these ideas of bringing the knight in with a check, and if he did it a certain way, I could get this spectacular mate, you know? So I go bishop f4, preparing. You know, I was terrified of him pushing his g-pawn. However, I was getting ready to sacrifice something. You know, maybe the bishop, maybe the knight, maybe even the pawn, and let him take the rook with check. If like this was truly like a level 3000 puzzle happening right now. I can't wait to see what the computer has to say. Yeah, so I go bishop f4. I couldn't, this move, my hand I wasn't controlling it at this point. I was shaking and it just felt so right. I couldn't not, you know, the part of my brain that's like, this is it. I listened to a podcast where it's like, there's the part of your brain that is like the instinct, and then there's the part of your brain that is the reasoning. And instinct, my reasoning was shot. And so instinct's like, I got this. Instinct, just do it. Bishop f4. Who cares if your queen gets trapped? It's not, everything's going to be fine. And then I forgot that to consider that he can chop off one of my attackers. Bishop takes f5. My knight is gone now. So e takes f5. No choice. Sorry, my phone ran out of storage. Queen f1, queen e4, rook e1, queen c2, rook e2. Oh no, but bishop a6. Finally, the light square bishop becomes useful. Rook takes c2, bishop f1. Now the queens are gone. Rook f2, bringing it back. Bishop d3, big blunder. Because knight e1 is a double attack. Bishop e4, I thought that was a beautiful place. I really wanted to put him there. That's why I didn't see all the things, because I was like, man, look at that spot for that. But then rook takes f4. I didn't see it till it happened. Dark square bishop is gone. Now, queenside castle on move 27. Knight to d2. Rook h7. Knight takes e4, f takes e4, rook f to h4, looks like. Rook takes h4, rook takes h4, trading off one, less dangerous. I had to pass pawn, I wasn't giving up. King d7, g3, rook g8, knight g2, c5, rook h6, e takes d4. I'm going to slide my rook over. And that's game. He flagged. He forgot to hit his clock on the move before. And then he's thinking about this next move. I look over at his clock. You're out of time. I warned him once before. I was like, look at that. He still had time. You know, it wasn't down to the wire, And I was like, hey, man. Oh, yeah. But then it happened again right at the end. Yeah, and that was it. I was down a piece, but I had a pass pawn, but probably he was going to win. But you gotta hit your clock, my friends. And that just shows how much nerves play. Man, what a game. I can't wait to see what the computer says about that one. And that's all. My phone is so full of these videos because I haven't been uploading them. So I need to do that. And I need to go home. Maybe cry or scream. Whatever. 2 games. I won 2 games. I lost 1 today. Now I have 2 out of 3. So wow, cool, nice, awesome. See ya. Okay, bye. Thanks. Good times. Good times.